Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in. Check out our new website at codeyellow.info.
We're Code Yellow.
I'll scare your dad.
Oh my God!
Yo, what up, guys? Long time no see. Welcome to
It's been a while.
the first episode of Code Yellow in a long time. So I
You can tell
thought,
it's been a while.
yeah, it's been a long time, man. So I thought we're getting things going again, and before we get started, I just wanted to update you guys. So canceled the Patreon. I had some health issues that were real bad, and it just made it so that I couldn't really keep up with the podcast, and I didn't want to take anybody's money while we weren't putting out content. So I just wanted to say a quick thank you to all the Patreon supporters and everybody that helped out over there and kept the show running the last few months before we took a hiatus. But all that is behind us. I'm well, and we're back and running. So, and bigger than ever in ways that you wouldn't expect. So that's why we wanted to go live today and make a big deal about it. So, tight. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I guess the cat's out of the bag. We've got new members to Code Yellow. We've added a couple people. Teddy and I are jaded and old and yell about old man things at the clouds all day, every day. We do this. And we thought it would be good to have some fresh blood in Code Yellow. And so we reached out to some people and we found a couple of our favorite haunters from the web and people that we follow. And we thought they would be a great value to Code Yellow. And so let's go ahead and introduce them. We might bring them up weird. But guys, welcome Boston and Ray to Code Yellow. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, so for any listeners that don't know, you guys should know these people. If you've listened to the show, if you listen to 30 Days, 30 Haunters, that whole thing, you should know who Boston and Ray are. But for those that don't know, guys, go ahead and introduce yourselves and let people know who you are and what you're doing and why they should care about your opinion.
You can go first, Boston.
All right, I'll go first. My name is Boston Pettit. I've been in the haunt industry for about 6 years now. I do mainly a lot of traveling acting, makeup artist, stuff like that. Just recently got into that and just recently got out of that for this year due to conditions. I will be kind of staying put, just doing what I can here. But yeah, it's just a little bit about me.
My name's Ray Rottingwell. I work at a haunt in West Palm Beach, Florida called Fright Nights. I've been there for about 8 years, and I do costume and character design as well as my own makeup and act. Unfortunately, my haunt will not be open this year, so I will be living vicariously through everyone that does have it open. But I'm super excited to be here and be a part of Code Yellow.
Hell yeah, we're stoked to have you guys on board with us. And I mean, I couldn't be any more excited. Teddy and I are giddy as little schoolgirls. It's fun. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of you listeners will be discovering this live video. We kind of went live at a weird time. It's 6 p.m. our time. So a lot of you guys are still at work, school, or getting out of there. Hopefully COVID free, because that shit's scary. So if you have any questions or anything, throw them down in the comments section, and we will get back with you guys as soon as we see them. And yeah, can't wait to interact with you guys once again. But for today, I thought it would be cool to do a little catch up. And then as spooky season is upon us, and some brave young souls are going to go out there despite COVID-19 and get scary and fight the pandemic with their souls to make sure Halloween doesn't get canceled. And we thought it would be fun to talk about. One, I'm going to put Teddy on the spot because Fear Fair, in my opinion, has the best safety precautions. So I want to cover those as much as we can, and then just kind of catch you guys up on what we're doing. So Ray and Boston already told you what they're doing. I got canned. I'm a free agent. I don't care. I am. Hey, I'm not going to work anywhere this season. I'm going to take it easy and focus on getting you guys spooky content, which is part of the new Code Yellow format. We've spent a lot of time being educational, but we thought it would be fun to spend a little time this Halloween in character on camera, so that one, I think Teddy and I can put our money where our mouth is. You guys listened to our advice for so long and probably have never ever seen us act unless you've caught us at a convention or whatever. And more than likely, you've just seen Teddy. I'm like a scared rabbit at conventions. I'm all over the place. You can't find me. But yeah, so I'm excited to do that. Make sure you follow us on TikTok. That's the thing the kids are doing. That's the thing.
This kid.
Yeah.
It's just Teddy.
It's just
For
Teddy.
now, everybody's going to be on there. But for now, yeah, I've just been living out my 18-year-old boy fantasies on there. Like, I'm going to make cool videos of me posing. So basically
Fantastic.
I'm sure it's weird to watch you guys do that for fun, because the only experience I've had with TikTok was in line with teenagers that were like, "Can you do this dance?" And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm fucking doing right
I
now.
hated TikTok before I started doing it. Like being an actor and having people, "Can you say this?" And I'm just like, what does that mean? I feel so out of touch. I feel like such an old person. But TikTok's like kind of fun. I don't want to admit it, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure like all the social medias are like that for me. I'll find like when Instagram came out, I was like, this is dumb. I don't want to look at pictures all day. And now it's all I do. Just scroll through Instagram. I'm not even on Facebook that much. What up? I have we got our first live comment, guys. I'm gonna throw it on the screen just because I heckin' can.
Do it.
Ooh.
Bryce
Ooh.
Teddy is glasses
Ooh.
fly.
Ooh.
Bryce, calm down, buddy.
Oh,
Calm
Bryce.
down, dude. You can't be thirsting me now. Like, no, dude. I mean, it's a thing. I'm like your dream boy, but you gotta calm down. You gotta.
Teddy's
calm down.
everyone's dream boy. Look at him with those glasses.
Yep,
It's
yeah.
just hiding my no eyebrows. That's really all it is.
We Teddy and I worked together, and we were at a meeting the other day, and he popped in, and I was like, he's wearing glasses because he shaved his eyebrows, and I only knew that because I had a friend in high school named Amy that shaved her eyebrows, and she would only wear like fake Claire's glasses when she didn't want to draw her eyebrows on in the
That's
morning.
a telltale sign, apparently.
Yeah,
That's
So-
news to me.
I see you, ladies. You out there with no eyebrows.
Thank you, Jared. I'm glad you see me.
Yeah, and Teddy's, ladies and Teddy's, all over. Look out.
I'll be the ladies. I'm cool. It is what it is.
I have this trick I did at the haunted house last year where I swallow a balloon because I don't want to do swords. That was always my favorite line, is to stop before I shoved it down my throat and like, hello, ladies.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
What a mess. What a mess that is.
Yes, it's an absolute mess. But fuck yeah. So content aside, Teddy, let's talk about safety for a second. I know a lot of people are super scared of the COVID-19. And I've been real critical of it. I don't even think Haunt should open. But Brett at Fear Fair sent over his safety plan to let me critique it because he knew I'd be honest. And I thought it was fucking rad. And I think you guys are super safe. What do you think? We don't need to cover the whole damn thing, but what do you think the key parts of the safety plan are? Like, what are the things you're most stoked about and kind of the highlights.
Yeah. So I think that there are a few things that definitely need to be touched, and there are a few smaller things that just kind of help, not only like for safety, but also public perception. So I'm going to kind of start at the most important, kind of go down. Most important is definitely masks. If your actors are not wearing masks and the customers are not wearing masks, I really think, I'll be candid, I think you're stupid. That's like that's the easiest thing that you can implement in that will at least help a little bit. Doing screenings for customers and your actors at the beginning of the night or throughout the night for the customers is super important. Though there's a lot of science that kind of speaks against this being necessary, I still think it's a good benchmark, because at least you can catch a temperature or something like that, or someone actually being honest walking into the haunt when you ask them, do you have a loss of sight or of sight? That's not good.
I can't see.
Smell. I can't see. I'm blind. It's like, oh man, that's a stroke. But yeah, I think those are super important. And small things like removing touchable surfaces, whether it be like hanging cloth in your face or room dividers. A lot of people put like those kitchen meat freezer flappy boys everywhere, hanging stuff. I think that would help as well. But I'll be completely honest with you. That's just like the super, super basic things you can do. Hourly sanitation, which nobody wants to do, but I think it's super important. Ensuring that your cast is safe throughout these screenings and actually taking action on that when something does happen. Because let's be completely honest, the likeliness of one of your actors testing positive for COVID during this pandemic is going to be very possible. And I think every management team and owner should be prepared to act on that, instead of just be like, man, I can't lose this many actors in the middle of the season. I mean, there's no pretty way to say it, bitch, you better. Like, I mean, you're just like putting everybody else at risk. And that's not fun at all if you don't follow that. I mean, social distancing to the best of your ability. I mean, we all understand the nature of haunted houses. 6 feet is rough in any haunted house. 6 feet is even more awkward in queue lines. But I would say doing your best to maintain that is definitely a strong point. And I'll be completely honest, all of the things that I just mentioned, I know haunted houses aren't doing right now. I've personally witnessed it walking through a haunted house. Where the rules aren't being enforced, all of these procedures are not in place, and I don't know, dude. I just can't stress enough how important it is for your public perception and our safety that you do the best you can to keep everybody safe. And that's my real talk of the day. That's all you get. The rest is me not caring about anything. Woo!
Oh yeah, I think keeping your customers in check is going to be super important. Like, there's like lots of stores around here, and I don't understand what the point of having a mask requirement is if you don't enforce it. So if you're going to put the damn sign up, don't be a bitch. Just keep people from wearing masks, man, or make them wear masks. Don't keep them from it. That's bad.
Yeah, for sure. That's been my favorite thing about like going with Brett and like setting all of this stuff up, is like how we get to handle customers. It's like they get one warning, and then I'm just gonna like wedgie them and throw them out of the fucking haunt. It's gonna be great.
So jealous that you get to do that. You get to enforce
I know,
wedgies.
like, there's a little bit inside of every person that doesn't want to fight the Karen, but you got to be prepared to fight the Karen. So, that's just
one of my favorite Teddy stories is we worked at our very first haunt. He was working security one night. And this kid that was super rowdy, I literally watched him. He grabbed him by the neck, the waistband of the pants, and picked him up and literally, like a cartoon, threw him out the door.
Oh my god.
I am a large person. It is possible.
I think if COVID is good for anything, I think maybe some haunts might actually start caring about washing their costumes, because I'm looking at all you out there, y'all nasty.
Right.
It's disgusting. Right. Or make your own. Everyone just make your own this year.
Yeah, even better.
That's what we're doing.
Swift recommendation. Last year I bought a cheap bottle of vodka and filled a Home Depot spray bottle up with it and just misted all the costumes down at the end of the night. And it really kept the odors down and all the costumes, and also doubled as a good release for long nights.
I would say like a coping mechanism. Is
Yeah,
that what it was?
Yeah.
You just
that's
unscrew
what
the
I-
top and you're like, fuck it.
Putting
And then
putting
go
your
back.
costume in the freezer also helps too. It kills the bacteria and it takes the smell away.
Nice.
Everyone
Just,
make some freezer space.
Be careful with the vodka, though, guys. I had a kid like, "Are you drinking costume cleaner?" No. I mean, yes, but no.
I think it's awesome. I mean, it's not awesome that haunts aren't opening, but I think it's good that they're seeing that these are all the safety precautions that have to be implemented, and if they can't, I'm glad that they're choosing to be safe about it and just not open in general. Because I know there's a lot of people that are probably like, screw it, it'll be fine. Like we can handle it, we can open, and then not taking any of the precautions that they need to. So I'm happy that there are haunts that are able to own up to the fact that like they can't keep up with all of the requirements, so they're just choosing to opt out for the season so everyone can stay safe.
Yeah, and with like wearing masks, especially the actors, because I'm sure it's a thought in everyone's mind of like, oh, is this going to make a haunt less scary? I don't think people are not expecting it. I think people will come fully prepared to see masks on actors, and they're just happy they've gotten out of the house for the first time in 4 months.
That's very true.
Yeah, I mean, and also with fantastic actor trainers that are just flooding all over the country. That's sarcasm. With a decent actor trainer, even if you're practicing social distancing and all this stuff, there are just so many ways to get around that. Alan Hops just released I think it's like a DVD/digital release about haunting in the climate that we're in right now, and I figure that's probably, I haven't checked it out yet, but usually everything he says turns to gold. So I think it might be worth looking into. We have a lot of our own ways of getting around this, creating spectacle, putting actors on invisible chains, working with their body language to create a better show and also still able to startle. Suspense scares where, an actor is 10 feet away, they run a couple feet and you think that's as close as they can get, but they know their leeway. They can get even closer and scare you that way. There's just so many different ways that you can do it. We're not going to get into it right now, but with proper training, your show's not going to be, it's not going to be hurt by this. The thing I've been saying is that a lot of people are saying the shows are going to be shitty. I'm like, no, they're not going to be shitty. They're going to be different. It's going to be different. Maybe not in a good way, maybe not in a bad way, but just different. And hopefully we only have to do this for 1 year. And hopefully from all the learning that a lot of people can do from this, we gain a lot. Like Boston mentioned, cleanliness out of our, management staff and the haunt itself. A little bit more, health conscious, ways to operate within the haunted house. And we are better actors at the end of the day. So I think we're going to get all of those things out of this season for operating. And if you're not operating, I wish you the best of luck. And I completely understand. I think both options are completely correct. The only option that I think is incorrect is when you're not doing what you're supposed to do to keep people safe. All right. That was my second real moment. I'm done with it. Done with it.
Can we have a tally for how many times Teddy's going to say that?
Oh, goodness. If you put that on the screen, I'll kill you, Jared. Anyway.
Not ready for that yet. I think it's important, though. There's so many other Halloween activities. I kind of hate that everybody's talking about Halloween being canceled because you can't cancel something that's not a physical thing, right? It's a holiday. The spirit's there. Put on some spooky movies. Go buy that inflatable Sam from Trick or Treat thing. Everybody's getting it.
Yeah, go buy some Halloween onesies, carve a pumpkin, eat some candy,
Cry.
Cry. Then go buy your 20-foot tall skelly boy from Home Depot and put it up in your living room and have a good night.
Yeah. You gotta do what makes you happy. You gotta do what you can right now. But I do think it's weird that people are like, oh, haunts aren't open. Halloween's dead. Halloween's not happening this year. But there's so much else you can do. Even though I also think Halloween's dead because my haunt's not open.
For sure. I think, but there's other stuff going on too. And I actually think I saw something. I'm big. I'm sure any listener of the show for a minute will know that I'm big in the magic community, and something's going on there that I think haunts are really missing out on. And I wanted to take a second to talk about it. And there's a couple famous magicians, and one of the filmmakers involved with Saw, the Saw franchise, started a viral marketing campaign. I still have no idea. We don't have any idea what it is, but it's called oneday.com. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up on the screen so everybody can see it. It's this. They have this website. Initially, when you went to it, it'd ask you questions like, have you lost someone close to you? And you had to hit yes or no. And like, would you contact the dead? Yes or no. And if you answered any of the questions like you were scared, it would say seek elsewhere. But if you like went for it and was like, hell yeah, let's have a seance, it asked you to fully commit by giving your email address. And then they emailed you clues. And it's evolved into this huge story on Instagram with riddles and puzzles and a huge community of people solving these puzzles and like nightly happenings at 10 o'clock. Like some of the riddles were phone numbers you had to be brave enough to call, and then you'd talk to somebody or you'd get a voicemail on the line that was real creepy. People have gotten strange phone calls after calling those numbers in the middle of the night and just asked all super weird questions. Even finding random Instagram accounts that were like had coded like 10 p.m. let's talk, and then they just built this whole storyline of it's hard to explain. You just kind of have to be there. So go to the website. There's this Ian Oddeye tab. Who Ian Oddeye is the main character, we guess. Maybe some sort of seance guy, guru, dead talker, seer. I don't know what he is yet. All we know is he seems evil. And you can catch up with. We have a doc, and there's a whole group on Slack that's solving puzzles every night. But I mean, this huge event, I'm pretty sure it's leading up to a virtual seance, which is super cool. If some of the best magicians, if you guys don't know about seances in the past with that, and how magicians impacted horror culture with fake seances and being con men in the day, super interesting stuff. But if they do a virtual seance, I have no doubt in my mind. I mean, one of these guys does stuff for David Blaine. So it's crazy. And I'm just like, why are haunts not doing stuff like this? Like all these were emails initially, if you can see them on the screen. Like you just got these weird emails with cryptid keys sent to you later on and all sorts of crazy shit. So I just think haunts are missing out on having these virtual events like this. Because, I mean, they just started tickets today. They sold out of their first 4 or 5 shows. And no one even knows what the fuck it is yet. $125 a pop. That's how much it's cost. No one even fucking knows what it is. All they know is you buy a ticket, you get mailed a box that you're not supposed to open till the day of without guidance. Like, that's insane. And haunts could be giving these, you could be adapting, but, you know.
That's so cool.
Yeah, 80% of haunts are run by crazy redneck people that don't like technology. So
Yeah.
here we are. But it's such a cool thing, and I think haunts could really be doing stuff like that. So if you're an owner out there that doesn't know what they're going to do, think about something like this. I mean, they did a lot of work. That's a lot of work for like 6 weeks or whatever. Good luck. But next year, there's always next year. But man, I just wanted to highlight that for a second because it's been like, my girlfriend gets mad. We were watching Divergent last night. She wanted to watch a movie, and I was like, 10 o'clock came on, and a live feed came up, and I was like, can I pause it? I need to know what's going on in One Day Die.
Yeah,
Nerd!
Yeah.
coming from I do a lot of marketing for a couple of different businesses. This is a really good time if your haunt is shut down to get your photo shoots in, get your video shoots in, because your set's already built for this year. You were building all summer. You have this beautiful set. Throw a couple of actors in there. Keep your function small, but everyone can be safe and controlled, and then you can get a ton of marketing content for the entire next year, which is valuable. So quit pouting.
Absolutely.
Don't be bitching.
For sure. But I think we could adapt a little more. So let's try and stay innovative, guys. But I think one thing I did want to do is highlight, because I'm sure there are a lot of people just getting started, and I'm sure this is like a really weird year for first-time haunters to get started during a pandemic, but I'm 100% positive it's happening all over because people are bored. So I thought it'd be fun to put everybody on the spot before we hop off and share your favorite tip for first-time haunters. So what if you could go back in time and give yourself any advice day one, what would it be? And I'll go first since I'm putting everybody on the spot. Mine would be not to take things so seriously. I remember feeling like I was walking on eggshells. I didn't want to get kicked out or canned or whatever. So I was a little hesitant to really open up and let things go. So the advice I always give people is it's our job as performers to look like an asshole so other people aren't afraid to look like an asshole with you. So just don't be afraid to put yourself out there and have fun with it. The worst that's going to happen is a joke doesn't land and you see people for 3 seconds and then they're gone from your lives forever. Mm-hmm. So there's no risk, high reward, and it's all, or low risk, high reward. So just get out there and have fun. What do you guys think? What would you tell yourselves day one if you went back?
I would say being the loudest doesn't mean you're the scariest. My first night, I had major anxiety. So I was like, oh my God, like I can't like yell and scream and do all this stuff on command, even though I had 4 years of acting in musical theater when I was in high school. And I just like went for it. And I didn't do anything but scream. I just yelled, nothing. And people thought, I'm sure some people thought it was scary because it was just very loud and disorienting, but like, I wasn't really doing anything. And that's not always going to be the case. Being loud isn't always going to be scary. So there's so many other ways to be creepy and to scare people. You don't know what is going to scare everybody. Sometimes being creepy off in the corner and not really yelling, just kind of sitting there, doing like creepy shit, drawing on a wall or something, like that's going to scare a lot of people. So it doesn't always have to be like yelling and screaming at somebody to get a good scare in. That would be mine.
Hell yeah. Awkward moment of silence. Who's up next? Somebody throw it out there.
I'll go next.
Go ahead, boss.
Talk to anyone that inspires you or gives you like motivation. I remember like my first couple of years of haunting, I would always see people doing makeup or people that I really looked up to who are really good at scaring, and I would be too shy to go and talk to them. And after learning that most people will open up their pages for you as soon as you talk to them or ask them questions, that is the most valuable thing. It's one of the most valuable things I've learned just in life in general. So if you want to know how to do makeup or you want to know how to be a better actor, just follow people around, ask them questions. And if they won't share,
so true.
They're an asshole. So
that's so true. That's a good one.
Mine would definitely be to take notice that there is always more. And this kind of works in life and not only just haunting, but I would say that there's always more out there. There's always more to learn. There's always more to do. There's always more people. Me and Jared started our haunting with like 10 years of being under like this really heavy blanket. And once like I poked my head outside of the blanket and realized that there was like so much shit out there, I like freaked out a little and I just jumped into it. And I've never looked back since. Everybody, you're allowed to have your home haunt. You're allowed to have the thing that means a lot to you. But always remember that there's a community out there that wants to support you. They want to help you get better. And there's more than your bloody white t-shirt. So go look for it.
Awesome. Hell yeah. So guys, awesome advice for the first episode back. It was a light one. We just kind of wanted to keep it loosey-goosey. We'll get into some more serious stuff as we keep coming back. Before we go, let's see. Old Cooney McGee, we'll throw that up there. Asked, does anybody know who the guests are? I missed the beginning. Well, Cooney, my boy, these are not guests. These are new hosts of Code Yellow.
Woo!
So, yeah, we're excited to have Ray and Boston with us full time. So it should be fun. Guys, keep an eye out. You'll be able to get the audio versions of all these live streams later on Spotify or iTunes, wherever you get podcasts. We are there, so keep an eye out there. If you miss a live stream, no big deal. But we're going to continue to go live. We've got more plans for putting out maybe some content on Twitch or elsewhere in costume. We thought it would be fun to just be content creators and focus less on being super serious all the time. So if you've got any wacky ideas or you want to see me like rub mayonnaise on myself with a cone head, hit me up. I'll start an OnlyFans or
I would
whatever.
like to see that. I'll join your OnlyFans.
I gotta
I'll subscribe.
I gotta pay my bills. New
So-
adult only Code Yellow content. No thanks. But just keep an eye out for fun stuff. Make sure you follow us on TikTok. Teddy's put a lot of work into stuff over there. And most importantly, we have a brand spanking new website. It's codeyellow.info. So head over there. All the .coms, the .nets, everything was taken. So we got codeyellow.info, which means we're important. Too bad we couldn't get like codeyellow.gov.
I tried. I literally tried.
That'd be amazing.
Neither were available. But,
Teddy,
yeah.
Teddy's
what were
worked
you
his
saying?
ass off. So check it
Yeah,
out.
I have. You can catch us on most platforms at Code Yellow Official. That's Instagram, Facebook. Twitter is at Code Yellow _. TikTok is Code Yellow Official. Everything is Code Yellow Official except for Twitter because someone took Code Yellow and Code Yellow Official. They can eat my ass. But it is what it is. We're going to be, pushing a lot of different content. We are offering a lot more of our services a bit more openly, whether it be like audio solutions for your haunted house, costuming stuff, actor training, the same stuff we've normally been doing, but kind of pushing it a little bit harder. Content creation is a big thing, so we wanted to make sure that you guys take advantage of that as well, because we are entertaining as fuck. Ray is famous on TikTok, and it's
Oh
super cool.
God. No pressure now.
So I think that is Ray Rottingwell FX, right?
Yes.
And Boston is just Boston Pettit, or is it like something weird?
No, just at Boston Pettit.
Nice. So yeah, we some TikTok and fools. Everybody has their socials. We'll add them to the description below and all that stuff. Anything else anybody has to add?
No, man. I would just add that we have on those services there. I'd like to wink and remind everybody that all the audio on this show is created by me and Teddy. So that's fun. If you need
Yeah.
soundtracks done or whatever, hit up your boys. We'll soundtrack you out. But yeah, that's it. Check us out. Support us. That's the best way to go check these things out. Give us a like. Share us with your friends. And that's it, guys. Thanks so much for checking out our first show back. I don't have the thing that I put at the end of all our live videos anymore. So I'll just say it. We love you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.
We're Code Yellow.
Scare your dad.